Because at the end of the day, we selling stuff and we're building brands and businesses in order to make money. Of course, because we like what we're doing, but in order to make money, that's the bottom line. What's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel. My name is Adriana. I'm a mom, I'm an entrepreneur, and I just started my jewelry brand. I want to help y'all get started on whatever y'all want to do as well. So if you're interested in that, keep watching. Okay, so not to talk too much, we're going to get right into it. So like I said, this is about how I built a brand on a budget, and hopefully some of these tips can help you. If you don't like the tips, don't use it. But I feel like, I might be able to help somebody out there. So if I keep looking down, y'all, I'm looking at my notebook. I have notes, and that's my first tip. Write everything down, like everything. Like write everything down because it's so easy to get frazzled. I know me mentally, that happens to me a lot. I get frazzled and I forget stuff. And when you're building a business, you don't want to be frazzled and you don't want to forget stuff. That's just like the opposite of what you want to be doing. You want to be organized and you want to know what you're doing. You want to know what your goals are. So get you a little cute notebook that you like, that you can carry around. It don't have to be no big, fancy, nothing. Just get something that you can carry around with you every day, everywhere you go. If you got one right now, go ahead and grab it. The first thing you need to do is figure out what your product is. What are you going to sell? What do you have a passion for? What do you like doing? What can you see yourself dedicating all of your free time to? For me, that was jewelry. For you, that might be makeup, like lip gloss or lashes or whatever. It could be a digital product like, I don't know, ebooks or something like that. Whatever it is, figure it out and stick to it. Pick something that you know that you are willing to put your name and your face behind. So it has to be something that you actually like. Some people try to do stuff that other people are doing. This is not what you need to do. You need to do what you actually like or love or have a passion for, whatever you want to call it, because it's going to be hard. This is not something that's easy. It's going to be hard. It's going to take time. You're going to have to really devote yourself and your time to it. So you want to pick something that you actually have a passion for, you actually like, you actually can see yourself, doing for the rest of your life or whatever it might be. So that's the first thing. You want to pick your product, y'all. Figure out what that is. Do your research. Is it something that you're gonna need permits to sell? Do you need to have a wholesale license? All that stuff, which I'm not gonna get into. I'm not gonna get that deep into this. Do your research. That's very important. Before you do anything else, figure out what your product is. Figure out what you need to do to legally be able to do it. Another thing to think about, is it something that you can sell and have a good profit margin with? And what I mean by that is, let's say you're selling, we just gonna say lip gloss, right? And this is not actual numbers, I'm just giving an example. You're selling lip gloss and it costs you $30 to get the lip gloss, but you only can sell it for $35. You might want to think about if that's a good product for you to sell. Again, this is just an example. I'm not saying that lip gloss isn't a good product. This is an example, y'all. But just think about all that type of stuff. This is what you have to think about. This is what being an entrepreneur is. You have to think about every detail and every aspect of it. So research your product, research what that product is going for in other businesses. So basically, look at these other companies and these other businesses that are already doing what you want to do. See what they're able to charge for these items and see what once you find a vendor or a possible vendor, what you can get that item for. Think about how much it's going to cost to get it shipped to you, how much it's going to cost for, if you are selling lip gloss, how much are these tubes going to cost? How much is the packaging going to cost? Like, think about all that as a big picture and think about if it's worth it. Because at the end of the day, we selling stuff and we're building brands and businesses in order to make money. Of course, because we like what we're doing, but in order to make money, that's the bottom line. So you want to do your research. You don't want to get into something that you're not going to be able to effectively do. Which brings me to finding a good vendor. You want to make sure that you can find a vendor, that vendor is responsive, they have good customer service, they can meet your needs as far as like how long it takes to ship out your item, how fast it takes for it to get to you. You want to think about all those things when you're finding a vendor for your business. Something that was really important to me was that they were responsive. I need them, if I have a problem, I need for them to be able to respond to me in a good, timely manner. I need for the quality, obviously, of the sample of the products to be good. When you find a vendor, you want to look for all these things. Another thing that I've seen people talking about this online, oversaturation. I have kind of like a mixed feelings about stuff being oversaturated or like certain businesses being oversaturated. I really think that boils down to your marketing and your branding. I feel like there are thousands of clothing companies out there, clothing brands out there, but those businesses are still successful. You got Macy's, you got Forever 21, you got Belks. Nobody shops there anymore, but whatever. You got J.C. Penney, all these stores that have been around for I don't know how long, and they didn't say, oh, hey, it's already a store selling clothes, so why would I get into selling clothes? It's all about how you market and how you brand your company, y'all. Like, that's very important. So if you say, oh, hey, I'm gonna use lashes because a lot of people say, yep, lashes. If you say, oh, no, I really love lashes and I love doing lashes and I have a passion for lashes, but I'm not gonna sell lashes because too many girls out here selling lashes, then you already selling yourself short. It's too many people in the world to say, oh, hey, I'm not gonna do something because that group of people is already doing it. If you feel like you can do it and do it well, then do it. If you know how to market and brand your company and you be consistent, you're gonna get customers eventually. As long as you have a good product and all that good stuff, you'll be fine. So don't let that whole, oh, she already doing it, don't let that stop you from doing your thing. As long as you're doing it for the right reasons and you're doing it because you actually have a passion for it and you want to do it because you want to do it, then you do it. Don't let nobody sway you from that. Which is actually my next thing on my list here, marketing and branding. You want to also think about how easy or how hard it's going to be to brand that product. So let's say you want to come out with a toilet. A toilet. So like, it's not going to be easy. I actually saw this on the show. It's not going to be as easy to brand and market a toilet as it is to brand and market some lip gloss or some lashes or anything, makeup in general. You want to think about all of that. Like, so I'm not saying not to do something because it'll be hard, but just think about it, y'all. Like, especially if you are building a business on a budget and you don't have that much money at your expense, you want to think about that. You want to be realistic. You want to set big goals for yourself, but you also want to be realistic. You don't want to like kill your shot before you even shoot it. You know what I'm saying? So think about that. because marketing and branding, that's being able to do that is basically being able to run a business. That's what it all boils down to. You have to, branding is very important, marketing is very important. People don't really understand the difference between branding and marketing. Branding is pretty much like the wording and the colors and the designs that you use to separate your brand from any other brand. So basically, you need to be using specific fonts, specific colors, specific wording, and that's your brand. That's your branding. Your branding is what makes your brand your brand. So like for me, example, the name of my brand is Amira. And what I wanted to portray was a brand that was all about empowering females, was adventurous and playful and bold, right? So I decided, okay, I want my logo to be pink. I want it to have a fun kind of cursive font for my logo. The fonts that I use are kind of bold, but they're like, it's hard to explain, but it's basically what I'm trying to say. I use specific colors, I use specific fonts, I say things in a specific way. That's branding. Marketing is how you promote and advertise to sell your product. So marketing would be like running ads on Instagram or Facebook. Marketing is like billboards and stuff like that. So you want to know the difference between the two, because that's very, like I said before, that's very important when it comes to having a business. You are going to need to know what your brand is about. You need to know who you're selling to. I watched a video and I can't remember her name. I'll put it down here. I'll go and figure it out. But it was very helpful. She was talking about how you need to know who you're selling to. So she gave the tip of writing down the name of your person. I think she called it a brand avatar, if I'm not mistaken. Write down the name of your brand avatar, basically the one person that you're going to decide that you're selling to. So my person name was, I think, Jada. She's like 22, 23 years old. She has no children. She's able to spend money on whatever she wants to spend money on. She likes to look good. She likes to have the trendiest, newest stuff. She's a trendsetter. So that's who I'm selling to. When I'm thinking of the type of post I'm gonna put out, I'm thinking of, okay, what would Jada like? What does she want to see when she's shopping? What kind of brand does she want to spend her money with? Basically, you want your brand to look like somebody should spend their money with you. At the end of the day, if I get on a website and it's janky looking, I'm going back and I'm finding somewhere else to go. I'm not giving you my money if your website look janky. I'm not giving you my money if your pictures are blurry and I can't even tell what the product is. Like, all of that matters, y'all. Like, you have to make people want to give you their money at the end of the day. So like, you really want to focus on branding. And again, just to highlight, that's your colors, that's your fonts, that's the way your logo looks, that's the way your website looks, the overall theme that you're going for. That's your branding. Like, everything needs to be cohesive. Figure out what colors you're going to use and stick to that. Stick to it. Don't say, oh, hey, I'm going to use pink and gold, and then all of a sudden on your Instagram this week you posting something that's orange. Like, it really, you might think it's not that big of a deal, y'all, but it's very important to be cohesive with everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. I mean every post you put up on your Instagram or your social media, whatever you're posting to, it needs to look a certain way. It needs to go with the rest of your your brand, your theme. Same thing with your website. You want that to transfer over into that as well. So that's very important. Just keep all of that in mind, y'all. And if you want me to go more into detail on anything that I've already touched on, comment down below. Make sure you tell me, give me ideas. I want to hear what y'all got to say. So think about all of that. And that also goes into choosing a name. Simplicity is not always a bad thing. I chose Amira because that's my daughter's middle name. I was trying to figure out something that made me feel how I wanted my customers to feel when they came across my brand. So basically, like I said earlier, female empowerment, like strong, bold, colorful, fun. And I was thinking of things that made me feel like that, and I thought of my daughter, and that's her middle name. So, you know, think of some, put some thought into it. You know, have it mean something, but don't have it be something that's too like crazy, like something that somebody can't even pronounce. You know what I'm saying, or something like that. Keep it simple. You don't have to go all out. Make sure it's something that you can market and brand, and you'll be good. Think about the color of your logo. If it's not black or white, do a little bit of research about color theory. Is it called color theory? It might not be color theory, but basically colors make you feel a certain way. If you just think about it, all these food chains, they use the color red in their logo, and that's for a reason. It makes you feel like you're hungry. Like all of this stuff matters. Like just look into it a little bit. Think about what you want your brand to portray and look up colors that portray that same thing. That's what I did. That's why I chose pink, because it's girly, it's bold. The shade of pink, the shade of the colors that you use, all of that matters. Take some time out to figure out what it is that you want to do. And also it's good, depending on what kind of logo you have. If you have like a text logo, or you have a logo with text and a picture, you might want to think about having an alternate logo as well. Basically having a logo that maybe it's like, so my alternate logo is just the A with a circle around it. So something that, and I have that on a sticker of mine that I use in packaging. So it's good to have that as well. So either if you're doing it, go ahead and make you an alternate logo, or whoever's doing it for you, ask them, can they make an alternate logo as well? For the website, now I personally use Wix, and I did my website myself. Like I literally did everything myself. I heard people like Shopify, some people like Wix. I didn't really get on Shopify and look all the way through it, so I'm not gonna say which one is better, because I don't know. I've only really used Wix before. But do your research, see which one is going to work out best for you. Look at how much each one of them costs, what do they offer, all that good stuff. Because there is a monthly fee to do this stuff, especially if you're e-commerce, you have to pay for it. So look at which one is going to be best for you. So either if you're going to do it yourself, you know, figure that out, or get yourself a website builder. Figure all that part. If you're doing it yourself, like I said before, make sure your website is also portraying the same colors and the fonts that you're using everywhere else. And that's going to be on your packaging. That's going to be on your social media. That also needs to be on your website. I know for Wix, like I said, I did it myself. That did let me upload my own personal fonts from my computer that I had already downloaded. So look into that. Everything needs to be cohesive, guys. Like make sure you're paying attention to this. What helps me figure out how I want to like do my social media is I use the app called Preview, and it basically lets you like upload pictures and see how it looks before you post them. Everything needs to flow. Everything needs to be cohesive. But if you are doing your own website and you are kind of like DIYing everything, I discovered the night before that being that I was an e-commerce website and I was taking credit cards and people's personal information and stuff like that, I was supposed to have certain policies and terms and conditions listed on my website that I did not already have on there. And that's why I said do your own research. I don't know everything. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know everything. I'm not a lawyer. Do your own research. But once you get to the point of this, after you've done everything else, you know what you're doing, you know what you're selling, you got a website, you got your logo, check into this. I use a website called Termly. And basically, I filled in, it asked me questions. It was like a little questionnaire. It asked me questions. And it basically makes up a policy for you. You got privacy policies, cookie policies, terms and conditions, all that stuff. It'll ask you questions and then make you a policy that you can then put onto your website. So that really helped me. I'll put that in the description box as well. But I'm not gonna make this video too much longer. Y'all like, y'all comment and subscribe. This is the series. This is the intro to the series of starting a business on a budget. And I think this will be fun. All my fellow entrepreneurs know how hard it is when you know, trying to do everything on your own. You don't have a whole bunch of money to spend and you're just trying to put out a good brand. Hopefully I can help you figure some of that stuff out, take off a little bit of the load. If you have any comments on any videos I should make sure you comment below. Make sure you subscribe because this is not the last video. I have some other ideas, some other good ideas for videos. So comment if you have any ideas. Subscribe, like my video, follow me on social media, check out my website, check out my brand, follow my brand, all that. Bye.